conservatorship of Britney Spears has been terminated.
So I'm sure you all have heard by now the amazing news that Britney is actually free. And I can't even imagine how good this must feel for her to have been trapped for 13 years, to now have literally every aspect of her humanity given back to her all in one go. She must just be not sure what to do with herself. And her and Sam are clearly on the same page, because they both were sporting the Free Britney shirts, It's a Human Rights Movement tops yesterday. They posted these pictures to their Instagram a couple hours before, and they even got one for the dog, which I think is just so cute. But you can really see Britney is like got that life back in her eyes, and she just seems that little bit more happy, and everything seems more genuine when she's smiling around. Like, look at these photos, she's so cute. And it just makes me so happy to know that now she can live her life as a free woman, and as she should have been for these past 13 years. But here's a clip of Matthew Rosengart talking about everything that had gone down after it had been announced that Britney was free. But just quickly, I'd really appreciate if you hit the like and subscribe button. I can't tell you how much it would mean to me if you wanted to join the community and hopefully see it grow. So back to the video.
Or any other specific questions is this. Many journalists have speculated or commented in regard to James P. Spears. I haven't spoken with journalists on this particular point, but it is correct that we served a notice of deposition to require James P. Spears to testify under oath on October 20th. That did not happen. He refused to appear. We served another deposition notice for him to appear under oath and answer questions asked by myself and my law firm on November 12th. He also did not appear, on November 10th. He did not appear on November 10th either. If Britney wants, if Britney instructs, we will pursue James Spears' deposition. We will pursue the discovery that we served on him in the form of interrogatories, document requests, and other information we're seeking, both in regard to financial information, alleged financial misconduct, and...
I ain't mad at you. I just want to talk to you.
But what I found really interesting about what he had to say was that twice Jamie had refused on a subpoena. And from all the research I've done, please correct me down in the comments below, but if it's a congressional subpoena, you can be faced with legal and criminal prosecutions. But since this was a civil one, it's up to their party on what they decide to do. So it's kind of up to Rosengart now as to what measures he can take. And as you can see in this article, congressional subpoenas can be found guilty of contempt, and this is a misdemeanor, whereas the penalties for ignoring a non-congressional subpoena vary with jurisdiction and are at the discretion of the presiding judge. So it's kind of, I think, probably more so down to Judge Penny rather than Rosengart actually. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that, and maybe, because it wasn't just Jamie, they'd actually subpoenaed, I think, Lou Taylor as well, and I think she might have denied. Again, please correct me down in the comments below. I'm pretty sure I read some stuff saying that she didn't want anything to do with it, which I'm not surprised. If you're guilty, of course you wouldn't. Because why on earth would you deny a subpoena, especially as Jamie, the dad? Why would you deny a subpoena to try and help your daughter get out of this conservatorship that she's been in? If, as you said in other court documents is true, which was that you love your daughter very much and all you want for her is to be happy. You wouldn't be trying to deny and go against the court in terms of granting her her freedom. But Rosengart also had this to say.
And Britney's courage. Congress has heard her at the federal level. The United States Senate and the United States House of Representatives, on the far right to the left.
And I think it is amazing just how much courage Britney has shown to literally go against everyone and basically the whole state of California, because they went there to help her when she spoke out back in 2019. She said that she felt dead because they didn't listen to her. They did nothing to help her and listen to her pleas. So the fact that she's managed to get this far, and within, I think it's like 16 or 12 weeks, Rosengart has been on the case. And Sam Ingham had been a lawyer for 13 years. This didn't need to be going on for this long. Imagine if Britney had been able to get her own lawyer from the start. Jamie and his team hadn't persuaded Judge Brenda Penny that Britney was a flight risk due to Sam Lutfi and all of the ongoing harassment he was so-called doing, which is why they ended up getting a restraining order against him. that was the reason that they managed to bypass the 5-day notice that you're legally required to give someone you're trying to put under a conservatorship. Britney didn't get that, all because of basically her dad's lies. So imagine if she'd managed to get that, and all of this could have been going on for a matter of weeks, if not even established in the first place. It's just so upsetting to know that no matter what happens now, she can never get those 13 years back. No matter what wrongs are right, whether Jamie gets prosecuted or whatever, Britney will never get the time back with her children. She gave up all of that. And the fact that Kevin Federline now has the goal rather to come out now and say that he doesn't mind what happens in terms of custody as long as the children are safe. She gave up the right to see her kids so that they would be safe. Because she was under the conservatorship of her dad, she gave up the right to see her children because Kevin, rightly so, put a restraining order against Jamie because of an altercation that happened where he nearly got physical with Jaden. So for the idea that he thinks that the kids aren't safe with her is just not right and not true. And the fact that he implied that by saying that he would be a bit concerned if she wasn't evaluated, kind of like I've just said, implying that she's still unstable, is just unfair, untrue, inaccurate, and just completely disrespectful. And to be honest, it's just kicking someone when they're already down. But anyway, back to the positives. Sam posted this on his Instagram, so again, it's really nice to see him supporting her, and he was actually seen out and about wearing the shirt, so the fact that it wasn't just for a quick photo shoot was really cute. And Britney the Stan on Twitter actually posted this, which is a picture of Jamie, which they describe with him taking a job at the lumberyard. So presumably he's now got to find work elsewhere, or he's either rationed away and stifled off a lot of Britney's collectibles and awards, I think it was, that he had in his caravan or whatever it was, his motorhome. So he might be able to just live off selling them, I don't know. Either way, I hope he gets fucked. And after everything went down, Britney also posted this to her Twitter, which was, "Good God, I love my fans so much, it's crazy. I think I'm gonna cry the rest of the day. Best day ever. Praise the Lord. Can I get an amen? Hashtag free Britney." And that's just insane. And she also posted it along with this video. And the one thing I don't like about Britney's post is that she doesn't give herself credit for how much strength she had to give to come and fight against literally her whole family to get what she rightly deserves, her freedom, and to have lawyers not in your corner. Literally everything and everyone around you is going against you. There's nothing you can do, and she fought for that. After 13 years of struggling and being effectively sedated because of all the lithium that they forced her to go on, the fact that she still had the drive to keep fighting is just an enormous achievement and something she needs to be proud of, regardless of the fact that she is Britney Spears. And I think she just needs to give more credit to herself. Stop thanking the fans, girl. You did this. It's you. But there's also been some really funny memes to come out of it, such as this one where Jamie's old lawyer, Vivian Lee Thuran, was quoted as saying, "I never seen a conservatorship terminated in my career." Well, there's a first time for everything, Miss Vivian Lee Thuran. And what I did find really weird was that Lynne actually posted this to her story, which says, "Where the spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom." And of course, this is like she's playing like everything's okay and it was a win for her, despite the fact that Britney last week came out saying that her mum secretly ruined her life and did a whole last post where she detailed everything, telling her mum to F herself, saying that it was her who gave her dad the idea of the conservatorship. So to now come out like everything's okay is a little bit confusing to me. But anyway, Jamie Spears had nothing to say as far as I'm aware of. Jamie Lynn Spears has said nothing as far as I'm aware of. And as far as I'm concerned, they both, as well as Lynne and Brian, really can just go yeet themselves off a cliff. I don't care if it's into a volcano or whatever, an earthquake, just bye. Anyway, but other people have been coming out in support of Britney, and one of her posts from last week told of how her wedding dress is being designed by Donatella Versace, and Miss Versace herself actually posted a picture with Britney congratulating on her freedom. Of course, Sam made a post congratulating her on her freedom, as well as Madonna, who posted this of their infamous kiss and just said "free at last" at Britney Spears. And there have been multiple other people posting really nice things on Twitter. And like I said, there's also been some really funny memes come out of it. Like obviously with this one with our girl is the Statue of Liberty, and this one where it says how it started with an article that was posted where Britney's dad called the Free Britney movement a conspiracy theory, to now with Britney wearing a Free Britney t-shirt and now out of the conservatorship itself. Oh, and Cher also posted this going, "Woo, she is free." So that's really cute because, you know, back a few months ago now, I think it was, she said that it was one of her dreams to go to Saint-Tropez in France and eat ice cream with Cher. Britney also posted this to her Instagram, which was just kind of her showing her outfit with the Ed Sheeran song playing in the background, and it had no caption or anything to do with the conservatorship, and it was a couple of hours before the conservatorship, so it does make me think that she's probably still working with some type of social media management platform, and this was kind of just scheduled out to be posted, because it obviously wasn't like she'd done that day, or at least I assume she hadn't, but she could have, for all I know, I don't know. But of course, there's everyone talking about the fact that she is free. It's already starting to be speculation as to when she wants to get back to music, with Page Six posting that it was something that she wasn't considering as a top priority. And they reference a TMZ article posted earlier in the month where it said that our source clarified that the toxic singer is open to getting back to work, but noted that her focus is on the elimination of a conservatorship, marrying Sam and having a baby. Sam encourages Britney all the time to make new music and reminds her that she's the GOAT, but he doesn't push her to do that, the insider said. He just knows that she loves performing and wants to see her happy. When Britney does come back, a phrase she hates. She wants it to be on her own terms, something she hasn't been able to do in nearly 14 years. And as much as I'm for everyone supporting her and encouraging her to come back, I just want her to do her. And I'm sure that's exactly what she wants as well. And I'm sure most of her fans want that as well. If she never ever wants to set foot on a stage again, I am more than happy. In fact, if that's something that is going to cause a trauma, because it's probably got all these weird attachments of being where she was unhappy for the past 13 years and being under undue influence and having control over herself. So it's probably not where she feels most happy, at least not at the moment. And like she said, she's wanted a baby and she wants to get married. So I think she just needs to take some time for herself. She's given so much of herself to everyone. She just needs to do her. And I think most people will be happy with that. Because let's not forget the severity of everything that's gone down. It was so serious that there's been a new bill passed called the Free Act, which will help reform conservatorship laws and help put in place preventative measures so that it doesn't just take a quick 10 to 15 minutes, as it usually does, to grant conservatorship over someone. And this is just insane that it was allowed to go on for this long without anyone question. And it's like, this dum-dum here is the one that said that she had dementia, despite him denying and saying that he wouldn't acknowledge it, and then going on a podcast 2 or 3 years ago saying that he didn't understand why she was still in a conservatorship. So it's like, there's just so many ways this could have been prevented, and now this act hopefully will stop others who don't have a voice and don't have a fan base as loud and vocal and media attention, keeping people focused and keeping the movement going to help someone like Britney. People who don't have that support, hopefully this act will help stop it happening again, or at least minimize the chances of it happen to an extent that it's exploitative. So at least there's one good thing to come out of it, as well as maybe Jamie getting some jail time. Fingers crossed. Anyway, let me know down in the comments what you think Britney will be most excited to be able to do again. I probably presume it's to just have free reign to go see her kids whenever she wants, as well as probably just being able to do mundane things as have sushi without them telling you you weren't allowed because it was too expensive and you'd had sushi yesterday, or being able to do things like change the colour of your kitchen cabinets without it being denied as a not necessary expense. It's like, There's so many things that she'll be able to. It's like finding your life again. So I'm so pleased, and I'm just so happy, and I hope the future for Sam and Britney holds so much happy memories and happy times for them, because they deserve the world, but especially Britney. But again, thank you so much if you've made it to the end. I would really appreciate if you hit the like and subscribe button, and hopefully see you around in the next one. Bye.
Say what you wanna say to me now.